Each year, Corvette Racing embarks on a packed race schedule that leaves little time for rest and extremely tight turnarounds, especially with Le Mans crammed into the middle of their North American calendar.
We've been traveling since the beginning of May. We finished with Laguna Seca. We went right to Road America, Elkhart Lake, to do our Le Mans testing. You go there for 2 or 3 days and test. You only have 1 or 2 days to get everything turned around. You get 3, 4 days off, and then you're gone for 22 days.
The nice part about all these back-to-back races is that they're scheduled, right? So everyone gets in the mental state that we're going to go to pre-qual, and then we have a week off, which we stay in France, then Le Mans, and then prep immediately for Watkins Glen, straight to Mosport. Then you have short breaks between the next 4 races.
After their intense string of races, finishing up with a double podium weekend in Canada, it's back over the river to Detroit, where both Chevrolet Corvette C7Rs are checked into the race shop for a teardown.
So barring any major incidents where the process changes significantly, you tear down the car to a certain point, checking all the suspension, all the running gear, all the bodywork, repairing anything that happens during the race, and going through a normal servicing period, which generally will include gear ratio changes, other setup changes, potentially an engine change depending on the kind of rotation cycle that those are going through.
There's 4 guys. All 4 guys will work together to get the engine out, and all 4 to work together to get the transmission out. And then really we have one guy who's a suspension specialist. He'll go through the uprights, control arms, electronics, things like that. Myself, I do the fuel cell, the interior, the driver stuff. And then we have another guy, he does the brakes. He'll do the underside of the car, the underwings, the diffusers, the center floor. And then the 4th guy, he does the noses. A lot of electronics that are on the front of the car where they can actually get feedback for the engineers to enhance or change the chassis setup. Really the main thing we're looking for in the teardown, cracks on the chassis. Usually the bodywork has to all be replaced and repainted. Check the internals, make sure nothing's moved. And then there's a million other little things that you normally don't check. We pretty much go through everything with a fine-tooth comb.
It really isn't as drawn out of a process as you would think it'd be, just because it's so well drilled and everyone knows what they need to do. And then it's put the car back together, do all of our routine checks, and get the car back in the trailer for the next event.
As well as the numbers 3 and 4, a 3rd car is on standby, ready to be used on any given weekend.
The spare car is just that. It sits off to the side, does some promotional things, but is there in case an unfortunate incident happens that's big enough that requires it.
In about 4 or 5 hours, that 3rd chassis could be ready to race at any event if one of the cars gets in a big enough crash.
For the race crew, long weeks on the road come with the job, but they get to be part of a winning organization.
It does take a toll. Everyone gets tired. They want to be at home. They're tired of seeing each other, but at the same time, everyone's signed up for it. They understand what they're there to do, and they're proud to be able to do it.
I think it's, something about a team when it's together for 5, 6 years, it's a big deal. But when a team's together for 20 years now, it makes a big difference, and it makes it a lot more powerful than just a team that might be around for 1 or 2 years.